Today, we're talking about a massive shift in how we build our world. It's faster, it's smarter, it's way greener, and it might just be one of the biggest shakeups construction has seen in like 100 years. Let's get into it.
You've seen it, right? That construction project down the street that just seems to drag on forever? It's always getting delayed by bad weather, it's going way over budget, and there are just piles of wasted material everywhere. It's kind of the story of traditional building. So you gotta wonder, isn't there a better way to do this?
All right, so here's what we're going to cover. First, we'll introduce this better way to build. Then we'll get into the big wins with the numbers to back it up. We'll look at how it's actually done, talk honestly about the roadblocks, and finally, check out how the future of building is being assembled as we speak.
And that better way? It's called modular construction, and it completely flips the script on where we actually build our buildings.
Okay, so what exactly is it? Well, imagine if up to 95% of a building was made inside a factory, kind of like how cars are made. These huge finished sections, called modules, are then just shipped to the job site and put together. Seriously, it's like building with giant, high-tech Legos.
Now, this all sounds cool in theory, but the real proof is in the numbers. And trust me, the benefits are absolutely incredible when you see the data.
First off, let's talk about speed. Because you're building in a factory, you don't have to worry about rain or snow. And while the modules are being built, you can be prepping the foundation on site at the same time. The result? Projects get done in about half the time. I mean, that's just a game changer.
And it's not just about speed, it's about your wallet. Because you have these super efficient factory processes, you need less labor, and you waste way fewer materials. It all adds up to an overall cost saving of around 20%. That is a huge chunk of any budget. But honestly, one of the biggest wins here, and this is huge, is for the planet. In a factory setting, every piece of material is measured and cut with incredible precision. You basically get rid of all that messy scrap you'd see on a typical job site. We're talking about a drop in material waste of up to 83%. And the green benefits just keep stacking up. This whole process can slash carbon emissions by more than a third and uses at least 80% less water. Plus, of the tiny bit of waste that is left over, almost all of it can be reused. It's just a much, much cleaner way to build anything.
Okay, so how does this whole thing work in practice? Well, it's important to know that modular isn't a one-size-fits-all deal. There are actually a few different methods, and each one is designed for different kinds of projects.
You've got PMC, or permanent modular construction, for things that are meant to last, like a hospital or a high-rise. Then there's RMC, which is relocatable. Think temporary classrooms or disaster relief housing. Super quick and adaptable. VMC uses fully finished 3D boxes, which is great for mid-rise buildings, especially in places that get earthquakes. And finally, there's the panelized method, where they build the flat walls and floors in the factory and assemble them on site.
And just so you know, this isn't some niche, futuristic idea. It's happening right now, all over the world. You've got major hubs for this in North America, in Asia, and all across Europe. This is a serious global solution that's already here.
Okay, but it can't all be perfect, right? Every big idea has its hurdles, and it's super important to be real about the challenges that the modular industry is still working through.
All right, challenge number 1, transportation. I mean, think about it. You're moving massive, building-sized chunks down the highway. That takes a lot of special planning and equipment. Another thing is you lose some design flexibility. Once those modules start getting built, the design is pretty much frozen. And of course, you need a really tightly run supply chain and a big upfront investment to build the factory in the first place.
But here's where it gets really exciting. For every single one of those challenges, there are powerful new technologies popping up that aren't just solving them, they're actually turning them into strengths. Remember that design freeze problem we just talked about? Well, AI is basically the answer. It lets designers test out thousands of different options before anything is built, making sure the final design is perfectly optimized from the get-go. And inside these factories, you've got robots. They're handling all the repetitive tasks with insane precision. This means even better quality, even less waste, and it helps solve some of the labor shortages we're seeing.
And to tackle that huge transportation problem, companies are now using something called digital twin technology. It's like having a video game version of the entire project. You can run simulations of the whole delivery process and solve any logistical nightmares before they happen in the real world. It's brilliant.
So when you put it all together,
AI, robotics, digital twins, they're just knocking down these barriers one by one. And it leaves you with this really big question. As this technology gets better and better, are we heading towards a future where our cities aren't just built, they're manufactured?